Hello friends, Kim here. Welcome to my channel, Bluebird Legacy. Hey, today we're going to go over this. We're going to use our hands and we are going to do some mark making on this that I have painted. It's day 3 of a 100-day project. And so what I have is I have an Art Alternatives pigment liner. I have a Sharpie. I have a brown Sharpie, a black Sharpie. I have this Souffle Sakura gel pen, which usually doesn't work for me. But we'll see. Maybe it is. It's gray. Oh, I would love for that to work, but it's just, they don't work good well for me. So, and then we have Sharpies. You use what you have. What I like to do first is go around the shapes. And it's just really intuitive. It's whatever I see that I want to change and make stand out. It's very relaxing. It's sort of a meditative process. This pen I really like because you can get a thick or a thin line. It's a soft tip, and if you can see right there, real soft tip. It will bend, but when you press heavily like this, look how thick the line will get. So it's one pen with a lot of different options, which I like, because when I get started on this, I can just keep going. So I'll outline a little bit, and then what I'll do, I'll go up here. And I'll begin, just put some lines in. Whatever feels good to you as you move your hand across the page. And generally, because I like contrast, I'm not going to fill this or this in. I'm going to go over here and do something. You know, and you just keep going until you feel like you have it exactly the way you want it. This is a very intuitive process, which we're not thinking about what it's going to look like, how it's going to turn out. Our hand is allowing it to flow into what it will become. So you pretty much have to be able to lose control of this, and sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes I just go around the different tones of the color. Sometimes I'll go around the whole shape of the color. There's no right or wrong to this. It's what you feel in the moment of making your art, of making the page. Sometimes I thicken the lines. Sometimes I want the lines to be very thin. So we have a lot of lines going this way. I like diagonal lines and I like curved lines. So let's see what happens if we add some circles within this section. And I like them to alternate so they're not lined up. You know, sometimes it's harder to make things look random than it is to line it up. So I like what that's doing. You kind of put an end to that. Just drawing in another line. You may want to come up here and fill something in. I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but there's green, that my yellow or gold went over the green. So now we have these different shapes. You may even see something in your paint. Like I see a tulip right here, kind of leaning over. There's that. There's the green around it. If you didn't see this video, when I laid the color down, it's merely just watercolors laid down in my journal and just random whatever colors I wanted to place. And then let it dry, and then you can come back in with a marker. Let's go ahead and try with the Sharpie. See what happens here. This might be a thicker line. Yeah, much thicker. It's a nice bold line. Sometimes just a few minutes of creativity is all you need to center yourself, to find a few moments of relaxation. And before you know it, you have a journal filled up with things of your own drawings. Let's see. I think it's kind of fun when the colors overlap one another. You get different colors, you get different mixes. So don't be afraid when you're painting if your colors overlap and mix. It just makes more opportunities for your meditative drawing. Now, because I made these kind of leaf shapes, it's making me think, I think I want to do that all over here. And I'm just making shapes within the color. That's what's fun about this. You get to decide what you do. Even with how you do it and with what tools you use. So we have more pattern here and here. We have line work. Let's go ahead and see what happens if we put some more angled lines. That can really bring a lot of dynamic movement into a piece when you get these sort of angled and geometric shapes going. See how it's just starting to all just mix. I've got the circles here. I think I want to go with, kind of even out these sharp lines, I'm going to go with circles within this. You can make some bigger, some smaller. You can make some within the shapes. I think I'm going to go with some of this over here. A half circle, maybe a rainbow look. First we want to go around this. And so you could take any portion of this and then look at it in another light. So if you had like a viewfinder and you have these two sections, or maybe these. I like the leaves. I'm going to do those up here. I'm going to do them with my other pen. And that's kind of how I work on some of my pages of watercolor. And I may go in over and over. I may come back next time and decide I'm going to make lines going this way on this and that way. I mean, it's just endless what you can do to something like this. And it's all your own hand and your own marks. I like the leaves, but then I also like, there's a shape I do, like a coffee bean, kind of split in the middle. There it is. Oh, excuse me, didn't mean to bump it. I'll turn it so that we have different, we don't want them going all the same direction. And, you know, if you think there's too much color, too much movement, you can always go in and paint white over this somewhere and give yourself a place to rest your eye. Here's that shape and this one. Thanks for watching. I hope you'll come back. We'll be doing the 100-day project here. Lots of different mediums and not just watercolor and marker. I'm challenging myself to be creative every day, consistently, for 100 days. That's a big, I mean, while I do things creatively, I don't sit down at my art table and draw or paint or quilt or weave every single day. And on the 27th of February, I am going to a circular weaving group, so I'll be taking you along to that too. Thanks for stopping by. Have a fantastic evening.